There's a very special oil, this one, that I'm about to apply to my eyelashes and my eyelids as part of my nighttime skincare routine. And in fact, I just put a little short video out on this oil and it generated a ton of questions. An oil that's been around for thousands of years, used on Cleopatra's skin, again, castor oil. And because I've talked about it at length on the channel before, I put together a comprehensive compilation of information on how to use this oil in specific ways on your skin, on your eyelashes, your eyebrows, your hair, to get some pretty amazing results from a product that costs less than $10. So while I'm working on me, we're going to jump right in and learn all about castor oil and what it could do for you. Is there really anti-aging magic in this little bottle? Does castor oil really reduce the signs of aging on the skin and actually help your skin be healthier? Well, I've got answers for you in today's video. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, a skincare expert. I've been doing skincare with people or for people for 37 years. That's a really long time, right? And on this channel, we focus on all things that can help improve the health and look of your skin, no matter what age you are. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I really hope you'll stick around and subscribe. All right, so let's talk about the truth of how castor oil works and how it could be of help to your skin. And one of the hallmarks of aging skin is constant inflammation. Inflammation in your skin is responsible for a lot of things that tend to go awry. In particular, broken blood vessels, spider veins, purple-brown spots, large-looking pores, and even excessively oily or dry skin. One of the great things about castor oil, since it's all natural, is that it helps reduce inflammation. And it's so good at reducing inflammation, it might be a surprise, or not a surprise, that it works very well when applied to things like a sore joint or even a sprain. Castor oil, when warmed and applied to the skin, can be extremely helpful even for arthritis. Castor oil is also packed with a lot of fatty acids that your skin needs and can use in the healing process, and also in helping to improve collagen and elastin fibers in your skin, actually boosting collagen production, along with antioxidants to help protect your skin, and many of the proteins that your skin actually does need to build that collagen back. Those same fatty acids that we just talked about also help alleviate fine lines and wrinkles, and more importantly, help fade age spots. And it's perfectly safe to use around and under your eyes, especially for those under eye wrinkles so many people complain about. It can really be a big help there. And you can even apply it at night as a slugging solution to cap off your other products that you've already applied to your skin to help them be absorbed and work better. So there are a lot of science-backed things that castor oil can do for your skin, not to mention it can actually help you in growing your eyelashes and eyebrows. However, this oil does need to be treated as any essential oil would be treated. You need to test it first, a patch test on the inner elbow, to make sure you don't have any sensitivity or irritation. And it only takes a small amount to do the work. Now, I've also put together a whole demonstration on how to use castor oil properly on your skin. That's coming up right now. So be sure to keep watching so you see how to do all of this, and then we'll circle back around at the end of this video. So let's jump right into what it can do specifically, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to apply it to your skin, and more importantly, how to remove it, because as I said, it is a very thick, sticky oil. And while it does provide all these health benefits, there's a trick to getting it off your skin. So let's start with what type of castor oil you should be looking for. For me, it is a certified organic castor oil contained in a very dark bottle, so it protects the strength and efficacy of the oil. All right, so anti-aging, what can it actually do for fine lines and wrinkles in the texture of the skin? Well, castor oil, when massaged into the skin, actually helps promote and encourage collagen production. It is deeply moisturizing and helps with dryness, flakiness, and also is able to pull moisture from the air, much like what we see with polyglutamic acid and hyaluronic acid. It's able to do that, but in a holistic, natural way, which means it keeps your skin deeply hydrated and plump, preventing transepidermal water loss. Castor oil is also packed with fatty acids, which, as we know, are super beneficial for the lipid layer of your skin, also helping with the area around the mouth. You can even apply it to chapped, dry lips several times a day. You can mix it with glycerin if you want to water it down a little bit for a little extra lip plump. And even though I did say it has laxative properties, that's not going to be enough castor oil to do that. The fatty acids also help speed up cellular reproduction, meaning that newer skin comes to the surface faster. It even can help soothe sunburns, and it is a master at improving the thickness and length of eyelashes and eyebrows. So let's talk about how to apply castor oil. The best way to use it in an anti-aging skincare routine is a capping mechanism at night, known loosely as slugging. After you've applied all your other products, you apply a thin layer of castor oil to help trap that moisture and help your other skincare products work better. All right, so let's apply this castor oil. It doesn't take much, which is the same as with all skincare products, really. Just about that much, about a half a dropper full. Massage it into the fingers, and then we're going to just pat it over the skin. Now, I like to do this into my eyebrows. We don't require a brush, just massaging it in. And this is good, guys, for beard and mustache growth and keeping that hair soft. And that's really all there is to it. And then if you're having trouble with short, thinning, or hard to grow lashes, taking a brush like this one, this is an eyelash brush, or cleaning out an old mascara brush and applying just a little bit of castor oil to each lash is really, really amazing. And of course, you want to be very careful and not get the oil into your eye. So let's do that. We're going to put a little drop on my finger here. And we're going to coat the brush. All right. And then we're just going to close the eye tight and brush the eyelashes with this oil. Right there. Doesn't take much, can work wonders for lashes and brows. Again, guys, beard growth, really a super great oil to use overnight. You don't want to use this oil during the day because it is very sticky, very shiny, and it's going to make your skin and or your beard look really oily and shiny, and cosmetics do not work well on top of this oil. So it's not a great oil to moisturize your skin with during the day, but as an overnight treatment, it just cannot be beat. Castor oil, completely organic, fairly inexpensive. Bottles run anywhere from $7 up to $30, depending on how much of this stuff you need to buy. I personally like to buy and keep on hand the smaller amounts of this oil because after 6 months, it does start to degrade and is not as effective. The castor oil that I like to use is Kate Blanc Cosmetics. I'll put a link down below in the video description box so you guys can check that out. But let's talk about how to get this oil off, because again, it is very, very sticky. So the two easiest ways to remove this oil are to use a hot, steamy washcloth and apply it to your face for about half a minute. It helps to dislodge the oil from your pores and helps to dilute it, making it easier to wash off. That single step will usually take enough of the oil off your skin that you can use your face wash and remove the rest of it. Certain skin types, particularly oily skin types, have a more difficult time removing this oil. And in that case, you would take a teaspoon of baking soda and mix it in a cup of warm water and rinse your face with that, because the enzymes in the baking soda actually break down the castor oil and will completely remove it from your skin. Super simple, inexpensive way to give your anti-aging skincare routine a boost and having your skin looking dewy, plump, and hydrated after the very first night you try this. Now, I hope you guys found this quick video on the truth of castor oil and what it can actually do for your skin when it comes to health and aging. And for even more ways to roll back that clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video on oils that can be helpful as well. Thank you guys for joining me today here on YouTube. I appreciate you so much. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.